I was closing from work in July 26, 2014. I noticed this vehicle by the time I reached my house, not knowing that they were following me. Because they took another way to the house. After I've parked in front of my house, removed all my bags and my laundry from the car, as I was trying to leave the car to move into my house, I noticed that vehicle that I passed rushed and stopped a few meters away from me. Then two men rushed out. The first man I noticed was holding a long gun and he shouted, "Stop!" From the shout, I just felt myself on the ground, not knowing that he had shot me.
I was in my room when I heard a gunshot. When I heard that gunshot, a voice just came to me and said, "That is your husband. They're shooting." So I ran to another room. I looked and I saw his car being driven off. And the way the car was being driven off, I knew that wasn't characteristic of my husband. He doesn't drive that way. I looked down and I saw a gunman standing over somebody and pointing a gun towards the person's head.
The other man came in front of me, put a gun on my head, searched me, and then shot the gun in the air. After they departed, I attempted to stand up. I noticed that I couldn't stand, and then blood was rushing out of me, not indicating that I have been shot. Then my wife ran down from the flat and came to me and saw me in the pool of blood.
So I started screaming. A lot of people ran out, especially from the mosque nearby here. They ran out, came and helped me. I came upstairs, took my car key, ran down. By the time I got there, they had bundled him, opened the car, the car, and they bundled him inside the car. I drove him to National Hospital that night. When we got there, the emergency section wasn't working.
And from there, they said I should go to another hospital. We moved to Garki Hospital. Garki Hospital did not even look at me. They said they had no bed and I have no police report. So the pastor said we should go to Cedar Crest Hospital. I was rushed to Cedar Crest Hospital, and there I was admitted, and immediately I was given attention. The bleeding was arrested. The next morning, early, they did an X-ray and discovered that about 6 centimeters of the thigh bone close to the head of the hip has been shattered. It is a very difficult place to treat, according to the surgeon.
When the X-ray came out and the outlook wasn't that good, after we sent it abroad for assessments, we're reliably informed or advised to take him out of this country if we wanted that to be properly handled.
So we have to look for an air ambulance. By the grace of God, we were able to gather resources to pay for the air ambulance, around 17 million, and that on the 10th of August 2014, I was flown from Abuja airport here to the hospital in the UK. The first surgery was done. The metal was placed. But after that, they found out also I had an infection in the wound. The wound was infected, and I had to treat it with an antibiotic for 90 days, which was administered through a Hickman line, a tube that was passed through my heart. So I was again taken to the theater. Unfortunately, the infection has gone deep. So they had to cut off the part of the bone, the upper part of the thigh bone. They have to cut it off and then put a temporary metal for me. And then I continued on another antibiotic for another 110 days to treat the infection.
If you say trauma, my husband had trauma. He saw trauma, he felt trauma, he lived trauma. It was trauma all through. The pain, you couldn't describe it.
In all this process, I've spent 15 months in the UK and has undergone 6 different surgeries where the hip and my anterior bone were reconstructed. I just returned 1 week ago, and I'm here today to testify to the goodness of God. Now, I can walk with the help of crutches, but within the next few months, I hope I will put them off. And in all this process, from the chartering of the air ambulance and the paying of the medical bills, God has been very gracious to me. I have never lacked. He has provided more than enough. During this process, there are some risks associated with these surgeries. However, our God has been there. He was in total control, and I give him the praise and give him the thanks.